Hello, everybody. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about red flags. Okay, this is usually in the beginning of a relationship, and then once you get deeper into a relationship, those red flags were just always there to begin with. So it's usually not that they weren't there. It's just you gave the person the benefit of the doubt, or you just chose to turn a blind eye to some crazy shit that you were like, okay, that was a little extreme, but meh, they're so adorable and cute. They couldn't have meant it that way, right? So let's look at some stuff for red flags, especially in the beginning. The biggest red flag, even before I look at my little list, if you're on a date with a guy and it's like, oh, what do you do for a living? Well, just lost my job. Well, oh, that sucks. When did that happen? Oh, 7 years ago. Well, how do you live? I live with mommy and daddy. Aren't you 40 years old? Age is just a number. These are things you gotta just be like, jump ship and get the fuck out of there as fast as possible. All right, so let's see some red flags. These are some things that I've heard myself. So let's see. Just out of nowhere, the person, it's like somebody burping, but it's like, oh, it just comes out, and you're like, you just catch it. You don't say anything, but you noticed it, So one I remember saying was, "This is not who I am." It's like, of course, you're so sweet and happy and fun to be with. It's like, this is not who I am. All right. What's another one? I am not usually like this. So it's like you're having a good time talking about stuff, and it's just like out of nowhere. It's just like a burp or a fart coming out. You can't hold it in. It's just like, I'm not usually like this. It's like, okay. And then I've heard from women where the guy goes, I could be a real asshole, just so you know. It's like, why would somebody just say that out of nowhere? I've been on a date where the person, it didn't go well really quick, but the person's like, I'm usually a bitch, or I could be a real bitch. And it's like, oh, thank you. What's another one? A red flag to me is like, I'm extremely complicated. It's hard to please me. I like to be spoiled. It's like, unless you're that type of person that wants to kiss somebody's ass all the time, then go for it, Some people go, oh, I'm extremely moody. I'm not usually like this. It's like, if a guy tells you, it's like, oh, if you're a woman, you're on a date, and a guy, he's like, oh, you're a good-looking guy, you have it going on, why are you single? Oh, I got caught cheating. It's like, yeah, do you think you're gonna be any different? It's just like, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm a cheater. It's like, the person just warned you. Get the hell out of there. Okay, what's another one? Oh, sometimes they tell you what their ex had as a mental illness. Meanwhile, they had it, because I had that happen to me. Oh, my ex is a manic depressive narcissist. Oh, so that means you're bipolar with narcissistic personality disorder? Amazing, great combo. I can't wait. It's like, I hope we make it together, Or if you're a woman and it's like, oh, well, why? Oh, I meet only crazy bitches. Every woman I meet is crazy. It's like, how is that possible? It takes two to tango. Another thing to look at is how do you treat other people in public? Say that person is sweet and nice to you. It's the first or second date, and you're at a restaurant. It's like, hey, get over here. So you're like, what? To the waiter or the waitress, it's like, look at this shit. Didn't I tell you I didn't want fucking cheese on my burger or whatever it is? It's like, get this shit out of here. Or it's too fucking salty. It's like, you don't have to talk to nobody should be rude to anybody at all. Especially on a date. It's like, if that person could talk to somebody else like they're some piece of shit, you're in line. It's just not your time yet. So just take that seriously. Not caring about your feelings or listening to you. You just met the person, you're on the phone. Everybody's amazing on the phone. So amazing on the phone. And then you meet them in person, like, oh, it's nice to see you. It's like, how was your day? Oh, I had it. And the person's just like, or they're looking at their phone, or they're like, well, that sucks. That sucks. It's like pretty much saying, shut the fuck up. It's like, that sucks. Good. Well, too bad you had a shitty day. It's like, I really don't care. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about my day, or how great I am, or how much you want to get to know me. These are red flags. It's like that person's got issues. Or if the person, what I call boomerang talking, it's like they throw something out and it doesn't matter what you want, they always bring it back to themselves, about themselves, because that's all they care is about themselves. That's a red flag. Unless you like to just listen to people and don't care about yourself, then that's a problem. What's another one? Let's see. You have to do all the work. I hate these rules. Oh, don't text somebody or call them back for the first 72 hours. That means you're desperate. No, it means you're interested. If I went on a date with somebody and they wait 5 days or a week later to call me, they're already gone in my mind. It's like, unless you got kidnapped and locked in a trunk somewhere or arrested for something, which is a red flag too, it's like, you should have texted me. Or if you text them and they don't respond for like days, it's like, this is not a good thing. It's like, if somebody likes you and it's genuine, it's not games, you say, how you doing? They're gonna be like, oh, good, thanks for asking. Oh, you thought about me. They're not gonna go, why you all up in my ass? It's like, oh, you're a clingy person. This ain't gonna work. It's over. It's like, if they do that to you, it's a blessing for you, and just delete that number and move on. What's another one? Let's see. Cheating on you, regardless of whether it's physical or emotional, is a huge red flag. Of course. If you went on a couple of dates, it's okay. You're not married to the person. If the person went on a couple of dates too, or whatever, it's fine. But if the person's playing ping pong with you, where they're talking to 5 other people, and next thing you know, they're calling you because the other 4 people rejected them, and you're the last one on the list, you probably know it. It's up to you if you want to be, that person that's the backup or not. That's totally up to you. Let's see another one. They always put you down no matter how hard you try to support them. It doesn't really happen in the first date, but I've had some weird stuff where I'm traditional in certain things, so I'll open the door for the person, always, and I remember one person, she's like, why are you opening the door for me? I go, that's what I just do. Well, I don't want you to do it now if you're never going to do it again. It's like, no, I kind of do this all the time. Unless you beat me to it or you're a mile away, it's like you're going to open your own door. But it's just like, yeah, it's not a big deal. And the person was fighting with me about it, and it was just crazy. Or if the person puts you down, all the time. I've dated people where, sarcasm could be very, very toxic. Especially when that sarcasm is not something that's funny for everybody to laugh at. It's just making fun of you by putting you down. That sucks. So, say, I don't know, you got a tattoo, right? And the person sees it and they go, oh, what the hell is that? It's like, that looks stupid. Why would you get something like, or just they right away make fun of something that's already part of you. It's not a t-shirt. You can't take it off. So it's like, it's weird. It's like, oh, what do you like? Oh, I like baseball. Oh, you're not a real man. Only real men like hockey or football. It's just like, they'll say stuff to you where they're just putting you down all the time. A woman, I don't know what you would say. Maybe if you say you like a certain book, and then the person's just like, oh, you like that type of shit? That's not nice. If you want somebody to love you and take care of you, or not even take care of you, but be there for you emotionally and care about how you feel, if they're already doing this stuff and you stay there, you kind of deserve it. It's like, you kind of deserve it. I've been through it. I deserved it because I should have took those red flags and instead of collecting them and sweeping them under the rug, I should have been out of there as fast as possible. But I gave the person the benefit of the doubt. It's a tough thing to manage sometimes. When somebody's really crazy and really toxic, you can't help but that. Notice that and you just go, okay. Oh, wait a second, my phone's vibrating. Oh, I didn't hear it. oh wait, Jimmy, oh my God, I have to get out of here. It's like, what's wrong? It's like, oh, my son got into a car accident. I know you have a son. Me neither, but I do now, and I'm getting the hell out of here, you know? So I remember one girl I used to be friends with at the gym, Kim, she went on a date, and the guy was really nice, and his pictures were nice. And then when she met him, he was like super Guido with the blowout, and right away he started talking to her about sex. Right away. It's like, she's like, what the fuck you just say? He's like, yeah, it's better to get it over with, because you don't want to get to know me. I get to know you, and then all of a sudden the sex sucks, and then I'm out of here anyway. She's like, oh, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom, and she just left. So a lot of these things. I had one person, the date lasted a half hour, because thank God, and she was just like, yeah, I like threesomes, and I have HPV, and don't worry, I can't get cancer from it, but I get genital warts. And I'm like, high five, girl, good for you. She's like, oh, you don't care? I'm like, of course not, because I'm never going to see you again. It's just like crazy, They make time for everybody else but you. That's the biggest red flag in the world. The person's like, oh, I've had this happen too, where it's just like, oh, I'm so busy all the time. And it's like, well, you're a school teacher, and you get off at 3 o'clock. You have little ones, so there's not much testing. It's like, what do? Oh, I got my spin class at this time, my yoga class at this time. Then I have my girls' night out. On this night of the week, I go for a medi and a petty and this and that. And it's like, oh, you have a bunch of time, but I'm not important enough for you to get allot any for me or schedule me for anything. And it's just like, good luck, take care. Another red flag is like, they got so much shit going on. Oh, I'm going to school, I'm going to work, I'm going to this. It's like, yeah, you don't have time for anybody. Why are you going to waste my time? It's like listening to the red flags. It doesn't have to be a narcissist. It's just in general. These are like building blocks of a potentially toxic relationship. And why would you accept that? Why would you want that? So you have some people that they see all these things. The next thing you know, their man moved into their apartment or their house 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, and it's like, this guy doesn't even have a fucking job. He doesn't clean the house, he doesn't do shit, he just lays around and is on his phone all day or playing video games, or it's like, I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like, last time we went out to dinner, I had to pay for everything because he don't got a job. It's like, well, hello, it didn't just happen out anywhere. So look at these things. It doesn't have to be just a narcissist. It doesn't, anything. You do get warning signs from a lot of people who do have mental illnesses. They will tell you somehow. It's almost like a serial killer leaving a note or a hint of what's going on and hoping that you put it together. Because if you don't, you're the one that's getting murdered pretty much. You're the one that's going to get abused. So look at these red flags. Take heed to them from now on. If this is the first time hearing about any of this stuff, look back at your relationships that were a major fail from a toxic person. Try to remember the things that they told you initially, which actually they were warning you, and you just gave them the benefit of the doubt, or you just let it go over your head because you go, they're so cute and adorable, they can't be these monsters. Think about it. If you have any good ones, put them in the comments and share so I could add this to another video in the future. All right, take care.